Okay, let's move on into this. I'm here just to chill and have a relaxing time. That's what I'm gonna be here for. Oh, find the mayor's lost hat. Guess I just have to keep my eye open. Oh yes! I spent nearly all of my money in order to make this place fancy! It looks great though now. Oh, okay. I don't have tea. Oh no. Look how great this all looks now. I don't have to worry about that. I don't know whether or not this needs anything, so I'm just gonna water this. So I still think there are some things interiorly, I don't know what the word is. Just in the interior, that I would need to include. So I think I'm just gonna upgrade my bed and stuff, though I don't know whether or not. Oh shoot! It's not snowing today. I have a good, like, you know, many chances to catch that fish, but what was I saying? There's not many ways to. Oh, that's cute to make money now. I haven't done enough apparently to get the seeds in the. Ooh, maybe this is a point to. Wrong one. Tea berry. Can I? I don't think that's something I can just. I'm cold. Nice. My pet peeve is when someone says it's too late to go to school. My pet peeve. I know I have a good chunk of pet peeves. I dislike it when I didn't even get close to that man and he ran away. When there's like a concrete plan and there's like an expectation for something and then you just wildly change it without letting anyone else. And then like constantly changing. It's like, bro, just decide on something. Stop wasting my time. Like I was already somewhat stable in my assumption that like, hey, we're doing this and this is a really fun thing to do, and then you're just like, well, no. We're not gonna do that anymore. Like, why? Because I felt like, well, how about you think about it a little more nicely with other people. Oh, yeah. She said she was gonna be an astronaut. That guy is floating. I need to check up with the winter stuff. I guess I could fish more. I really need to raise up my level quickly, though I don't really know, because a lot of the bugs I caught were good. We already got them. I think the fish is the only one I don't have too much of. Oh, I should go down to the shack to see if I can catch these guys a little more easily. No, come on. Ooh, tilapia. I don't think I ever caught the no, I have caught this man. And sell him. Okay. Luckily, these are all sellable elements. Yo. That was a funny snowman. Okay, I think we should do this. So I need silver, kelp, and 20. Silver, kelp, and 20. Silver, 5 silver, kelp, and 20. Interesting that he needs kelp essence, but... Okay, we're gonna go in... I did put it in here. Okay, let's do that. I definitely don't have enough silver kelp essence, but, extractor, and I need glass, okay. Here you. Okay, well that should be exactly as much as I need. And then we just need some wood. There's no other types of chests I can make, right? This one I already made. There is the baby chest, which is this, but I'm not going to keep that. I need more than just that. A ball of goop? I definitely like seeing these things, by the way. These are all unique aesthetics, so you don't even need to rely on buying them. This is going to take some time. Okay, my other option is to go to the forest cave and try to get further down. Whoa. I would not recommend cooling your feet in the creek, okay? Just saying. Your teeth doesn't kick like a mule, it's not strong enough. You mean bitter or hot or what are we talking about? We're gonna gotta keep going down. I need to upgrade my tools. Just a rock domino. Oh, mushroom. Morale. We already offered this bad boy, so we are good to go. Oh, hey, look, two silver ores. That guy. And this one just goes straight. Oh, we did it? We're just coasting through? No. How loud is this? Give me a second. I will decrease the audio on the game sound just a tiny bit. Okay, here we go. That's more reasonable. Oh, no! I can't have any thieving cats taking stuff from me. Also feels incredibly weird to have a monster that's like that. Just the thieving cat. I wonder if that's a... I don't actually recall if that's like a... It must be somewhat of a yokai if it's appeared kind of multiple times. Oh wow, a fossil. Hello? Oh, there it is. Exactly what I was looking for. Okay. Today, it has been pretty lovely weather. Though the sun is still mildly burning. Ooh. Water geode. We're gonna have a lot of stuff to break down. I got really lucky last time because I managed to get down really fast. Ooh, there it is! Let's go! Okay, there we go. I will say, this definitely feels a little more tedious, like a chore, rather than some of the more previous games that I played, just because it's so big. And I don't really know the formula for finding... what is it? The rope down. Because in the other games, you would know at least for certain that it has its own space. Like, it can't be crowded by other rocks. And that it can't be... I don't think it's ever directly next to a wall. These apparently could be any of them. And now here I am, using up almost all of my stamina in order to try to get down like 2 floors. That's why I like the rock domino. It definitely helps to clear things out more quickly. No! He keeps flying away. There we go, got him. I only need to go down 1 more. Where is it? Oh, look, a fancy one. No, it can't already be full. Okay, let's get rid of this guy. Get rid of that guy. Here we go. I probably have to... I can eat these. Better to just look rather than, Ooh, that gave me 20... Oh, that's not great. Oh, the rose hip is pretty good. Here we go. Got a teeny tiny bit more. Can't wait for this not to work. Wait, you keep chilling, Mr. Turtle Man. Well, it's only 5:30. We're okay. I do have some of this. Let's consume it. There we go. I get so much rock that you could probably make an entire kind of decorative or just path out your entire farm via just rock. Rock is the more easily gained resource in usually farming sims, I believe. Okay. Not there yet, I guess. If I manage to get out early without having to constantly reuse resources, luckily there is the springs. Come on, man. Where is it? Oh my gosh, there it is. I also don't know if there's multiple of these. Okay, we are leaving. We have too many. Also, it is probably too late to get my fishing rod ready, so I need to go... Why do I need to go here? I needed to go to Hot Spring. I wonder if the Hot Spring's closer. There's still enough of the day left to, Can't see this bad boy. Ooh. Nope, not worth it. Also, I think I had already caught him before, so... Oh, he's back? I didn't realize that happened. Nice. I like the little vignette of, like, not smoke, steam. I wish there was a swimming animation, though. And there is. Mind you, there is a swimming animation. Apparently, it just doesn't count here. Okay, as we know, fishing takes really a long time, so I think even at like 100 or 200, I think I'll be good. I'm just gonna go straight back home. Oh. I don't think I've ever seen that bug. How do you keep moisturized in the dry winter? There is something called lotion. That also is a thing. Yeah. What's the best way back to my... I'm further toward the right. Okay, this way. Unfortunately, I don't have a eggplant! No! Get rid of this clam! Black beauty eggplant. Oh, I don't think I've caught that guy. Okay, I really need to get back. I need to sell some stuff. That is a dead end. Shoot. Why do I keep on... Okay, I gotta go this way. It'll just take me a while just to get back. Look, there's a fast travel point there. I just haven't figured out how to open said fast travel point. Okay, because this isn't a thing, and this isn't a thing, and this isn't a thing. Is this something? Can I do something with this? Nope, I've already donated this. This is apparently scavengeable, so... I'm gonna dump that guy there. I guess I should hold on to the wild seeds, right? Right here. And that. Okay, the rest of this stuff I use. Fish, fish. Maybe I should upgrade my, thing while I'm at it. Oh, I hit bottom. I don't know what was up with that. That was kind of weird. Okay, hold on. I gotta respond to a message. Do-do-do, okay. That was pretty good. Alright. Time to stop freaking out. I'm gonna start freaking out if the game starts freaking out. I only have like about 40 minutes in this game right now to... in game time to catch one fish. Oh, just give it to me. Okay. Another tilapia. Okay, okay. That wasn't too bad. Let's see if we can get one more. One more. I need to make some of my money back. Come on. If it gets to the 30... before I'm like 90% halfway done with catching this fish. Then we gotta zoom zooms. We're good. Here we go. This. Let us not sell that. Oh shoot, I probably should have. Okay, well for now, let's go to bed. Look, I got some more stamina. Oh, Valentina. Definitely has a cute name. Something watered your farm last night? Do I need to be concerned in any way? Okay. There are little watering fairies around, I guess. I still have my wood on me. Guess I can fish a little more before I have to go, because it's a little... Oh no, I don't want to give up my fishing rod when it's snowing. I'm not going to get it back for 2 days. I'd rather make sure I get the Arapama or whatever it's called. But maybe I should just commit. I don't know. Oh, I'm confused what I want to do. Okay, maybe I'll give it up because maybe I'll have an easier time catching the fish. Because I think I managed to catch something that was pretty crazy before, but I just had the hardest time picking it up. Maybe it doesn't matter. I already donated these. Anyway, I'm thinking of going straight to maybe back into the mines to see if I can go down another five levels. But that will probably consume a lot of my stamina, so I may have to hit up. They're closed. Just gotta wait till 9. Anything else on here I can... pick up? Trash has increased, which is annoying. Hopefully the more you progress in the game, the less the trash will appear, because you're cleaning up the environment. Okay, we should be good to go. I actually very much like the way the scrap looks in game, which is nice. Hello. Upgrade tool. For experts only. Okay? Never mind, I'm too poor! Oh, that hurts my heart. I'm too poor! Well, that threw a wrench in my plans. Only, you know, I remembered that this world runs by money. Okay. Nope, you come back. See, and I have to pay for them to process my geodes, too. Ooh, nope, this was not here. Excusez-moi. Okay, let's take myself up to here. Oh, I like her. That was a cute shirt. We all love the kitty shirts here. Kitty this, kitty that. May also be reflectant that I am a kitty cat. So. Okay, you take that. See, like, was that worth 20 coins in order to just get another ore? I don't think think so. But here I am, having to have spent that. I could also just sell that, I guess, if I need to. Hello. That's just a rock. That has not been donated. Ooh, I have something new. Hello. I felt bad about seeing him last time with his brother. Oh my god, look at it. It's just... It's levitating. Clearly his brother is the popular one. And, he is, not as popular, but it's like, I don't think he cares. Well, I guess he does care. Like, it felt bad. Like, his brother was like, we're gonna go play a game, and then it's like, nope, you chose to, play it with, like, to immediately derail and play with other people, so... Maybe I should try more fishing while I'm here, so if I have to donate something, I can just... Not close enough. Whoopsies! Off I go! That's a horrible place to fish, I think. Basically, I'm on a scavenging hunt as well, because that and what I'm doing now are the only ways to kind of pay for myself. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, no. Oh, well, that was a bummer. So there has recently been a, still slash is a, what is like, Farming Fest on Steam. Downloaded a demo. It was, it has, I think, a good chunk of potential. It's not as, like, polished as Coral Island is, visually. But it has some unique features, like, you need to keep track of electricity and water on your farm. Honestly, there wasn't even a house for you. You just get a tent, first of all. And then you have hunger, which you need to eat. Like, you don't need to consume, like, X one time throughout the day. Like, you can consume whatever, but the bar for your hunger will just keep going down. So there was that. I think the only thing that I was like, this is a little confusing for some people. Because I like the idea when you're kind of creating your character. I think it's way easier to go by, like, to say, like, sex, like, male or female. Or, like, you could just say, like, whatever, a third option if you want for whatever else you need. Because based off of that, then you can kind of just create your character in any way you want. Like, so you can go for, like, feminine styles or more masculine styles or, like, whatever, a combination. But if you say, like, oh, your character's more, like, feminine or more masculine, now I'm confused because it's just, hey, is it, you're talking about, like, I guess what we wear, but at the same time, like, what if you're a female that just likes to wear more masculine clothing? It just really confused me. And I'm like, I really wish there was a distinction between, like, that and, like, just like I said, I would just like an inclusion of, like, a male or female or then slash, like, whatever the other is. Because in reality, like, if I just said, like, you actually excluded that and now I'm more confused rather than if you want to include, like, you can include that bar or whatever, right? But why get rid of the other thing? It's just, at least for me, I got really confused with that, and so I was just like, I don't know. I am a woman, but that doesn't mean, like, I need to say, like, super feminine things, but I felt uncomfortable, like, approaching it any other way. So, that was the only thing that was kind of meh about that, but I liked it overall. Obviously, they weren't fully done with it. So there was kind of like, they were even saying, hey, there's probably going to be some bugs in this, so have patience with us. I'm getting distracted. I went straight to wanting to sell these, but I gotta donate some stuff first. Donate! Donating has very much slowed down. Gotten much more difficult to do that. Let us take ourselves over to where we need to be. So this is apparently the location of where this fish is going to be caught. I think I potentially should go up and get myself into the hot springs in order to heal myself up here, fully energized. Oh, I can go check if Ben has, it's like, hey, oh, I'm selling stuff. Oh no, is he closed? They're closed today. Okay. Here we are. Oh, yes. I think the third, because there is a fast travel point up there. I think it said just to heal the springs. I'm unfortunately don't know how to do that. Yeah, look at that. Panda with a top knot. I can't go over there. So this water is green. I wonder if any of y'all would be interested in stepping into emerald green water. That hasn't been dyed by anything. It's just naturally like this. So yeah, make the hot springs better. Well, that's, Ooh, 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 ooh. I think it's time to... Oh, don't make me sad, okay? I don't want to be sad. We're gonna go straight to... Come on. I need to go straight to fishing here. This is the time. This is the moment. This is the place. Please just let me catch it. Please. Oh, mighty fish gods. Please don't make it too difficult either. Okay, this is just a piece of trash. Also, they need to make it stop. I guess people would assume that the first time they hook a flyer out of, you know, the water, it's like trash. I don't know. The flyer looked actually pretty good. So I was really concerned that, See, I think that's it. I think that was it. I'm not... My fishing skills aren't up to par. See, at least for Stardew, it felt like if I did it, even though it was going super crazy, it felt like if I was able to, you know, manage my skill level well enough, I could have gotten it. This just feels like I'm being restricted by, like, my fishing rod. It feels like there should be something else helping me out, because by itself, really, it seems way too difficult. Like, I don't know if you saw the skill, the increase of the... Come on, I wonder why it always seems like my mother wants to call me right when I'm playing the video games. Okay, we're gonna pause. I need to answer this. I think it's around her lunchtime at work. That's why she she's like, I'm gonna call to see how everyone is. And I'm like, okay, thank you. I'm in the middle of something. I always appreciate the phone calls. I'm a little too lazy to do it myself, so. But it's important, I would say, to a certain degree. I just pulled out a treasure chest. Can you just give me this fish? I want this fish. Well, at least, hopefully, this will raise my level in fishing. Maybe I'll have an easier time pulling in... This is an interesting fish. That's just a chub. Never mind. I thought we were gonna have a cool time. No, I don't want this. Heritage is still F. What does... I kind of wish they would tell... I think heritage is, what is it? Like, offerings? Oh, never... Oh, they're gonna... Ooh. They're gonna... That's hard. Offerings are... I guess it's kind of all of the stuff that I'm doing right now, but it's just because they're difficult to actually find. Oh, I forgot. I should have checked if I leveled up any skills, but I feel like a little icon would have popped up. Another piece of trash. They also haven't explained, I guess maybe I've just missed what the 1, 2, and 3 mean. I think it means distance, but normally in other farming sims, it means difficulty as well, but I remember trying this out, and sometimes at a 1, it was really difficult, so... I'm not sure. I'm gonna fish so much. And 100% of this, if I haven't donated, is going in to sell. Come on, why am I just pulling trash now? Bummer. It's trash or impossible to reel in. It's gonna be another chub because he's freaking out on me quickly. It was a quality chub. At least. That means I get a little more money for him. Oh, and then... Yeah. No, why should I spend all that effort for more trash? I'm gonna have to get back soon. I am going to... Ugh. My chair has a footrest. I should open that up. Well, this is a different fish, I think. You're right, I was right. That was a different creature, though not a different fish. Now, I need to shove. I'm gonna be looking down for a second. Come here, you. Oh, there it is. So much easier to pull out when it's... Ah, excuse me. Oh, that's really nice. Ooh. Okay, resume game. Well... I think that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't catch the fish. I think it's too difficult for me. By the way, I should check. Yep, look at that. I've donated and offered all of it. I wonder, maybe I can really quickly go to... Let's go to the temple. Let's see if I'm able to offer anything. I know. So these are all animals. That's cooking. Oh, look. These need silver. Oh, God. Oh, Batwing? I should go check that. That's not gonna happen. That is okay. Oh, this I can do. Okay, okay. Let's real quickly go back. I need to, because I think this will take some time. This. Give me that. And that. There we go. Now, I think I need coal. I have silver. I did the... Oh, that is not enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think this is 5. I don't actually remember. Perfect. Tomorrow, I'm going to take care of that. It's $6.99. At least I'm up to 3K. Okay. I don't actually know if these grow like I mentioned, but might as well water them. Okay. Oh, hey, Mike. Yes, more Coral Island. I said I'm trying to find more days to what is it? Stream this month, because I'm not going to be here next month, so... Oh, it was 3! Oh, we're good. We got it. I only need 3. Ooh, I am going, basically to Ireland for the entirety of June to help, like, a family member and, like, vacation and blah, blah, blah. A month is a bit too long in my opinion, but, about a month is a bit too long in my opinion, but, apparently the person that needs help, requires a good chunk of help, so that's why I have to stay for longer. What am I doing? Why am I running here? Just fast travel. So yeah, not gonna be able to stream, not gonna be able to do a bunch of stuff, which I'm like a little peeved about because I would have been okay with I think 2 to 3 weeks, but it ended up being like 3 to 4 weeks, and I'm like, no. Okay, I need this gold bar, so I'm going to have to get to the bottom of this, place. So, yupperoo. Oh, I think I just clicked the first level. Whoopsies. Take me to 25. It should be fun. I don't know. I found that traveling is a little difficult for me, but well, it's like my family members and stuff, so it's gonna be kind of like a family vacation. But at the same time, helping my older sibling with moving. So. But yeah, I'll have to see, because flights to Ireland from where I live is like 11, 12. Depending on how far I need to go, it could be 14 hours, which kill me, really. I desperately do not like being in an airplane for that long, because let's be honest, it's not healthy to be sitting for a long period of time like that. Also, it's snowy on this level. Or icy, I guess, is a better, more appropriate term. Okay, I need gold, so... But I appreciate it. I don't know, hopefully being with family is more of a blessing than it is a curse. But we'll see. I wouldn't say curse. Have more benefits than costs, I guess. Also, where are these bats? I don't know if I checked to see if I have the bats and stuff. The bats are earlier levels, remember. As I describe it, I just don't like being purposeless wherever I'm going. Like, I like having something to do, which hopefully, because, what is it? I think there is some bit of a plan for us doing stuff there, which I'm like, yes, perfect. I don't just like, I just feel very lost. If there's no one else kind of helping me go around places, I'm just like, why am I here? I don't understand. It looks pretty, but I don't understand why I'm here. I don't know if anyone else has ever felt similarly, but there's a couple of like countries I feel like I would have an agenda of like where I would want to go and what I would want to do. Explosives. That is very dangerous. Yeah. So, it'll have to be mainly Zack's stream, and I can't really even join in on Zack's stream. I'll be in chat, but that's about it. You've never left the States before? Well, America's, like, huge, so you could probably be well-traveled even within the States. Like, you could go from a place that's, like, somewhat tropical, like some, like, you know, California beaches and stuff, to New York, you know, coastal things. You got a whole range of stuff there. I will say it's very fun, at least Ireland, they mainly speak English, right? So you're not going to have any language difficulties if you go. So it's a good place in that regard. And the only thing that I would say that at least America doesn't have per se is there's not really many historical buildings here because the country is relatively new in comparison to every other country. So seeing those really old stuff, that's really cool. But yeah, I would say you're still pretty good. And I know there's some people that don't really travel at all. I think for the most part, you hear though that people are like, I don't want to say it's better, but it's like more people talk better if you've traveled, which I don't necessarily inherently agree with. Like, it's good to... It's really nice if you're able to go see the world. Like, don't get me wrong. But, like, for some people, it's kind of like, you haven't gone and traveled. It's like, and? So what? That's fine. I don't need to go do that, but... Okay. Now, this is the funny thing. America does have good food, depending on where you go. Like, if you have New England food, some New England food's really good. If you go to, like, Louisiana, Cajun food is really good. Those are pretty good. Some Southern food is really good as well. You get really unique fusion cuisine in America. Now, if you compare yourself to... at least what a lot of people say is that, like, England doesn't have as much variety of good food as, like, America does. Like, I watched this, these two English guys, and they, like, they come and then they're, like, one of them was trying these desserts, like bread pudding, and he's just like, how has, like, England never thought to put spices in their bread pudding before? Apparently a lot of English food lacks just spices in general. So that's pretty ironic. But there are some, I will say, things are probably a lot fresher almost everywhere else. Depending on where you go, though. Like, if you're, like, a lot more commercial foods here, for sure, are, I would say, more in the garbage tier because they just dump so many things in here. Versus, like, if you want, like, the freshest, probably most tastiest, like, pasta out there, probably Italy has it, you know? But, you know, not to knock, there are Italians here that probably cook just as good, but availability of those fresh ingredients are probably much harder to find. But don't knock some American food, I will say. Like, clam chowder. Clam chowder is very delicious. Like, Louisianan chicken / crawfish, right? Those are pretty good. Hey, you need to get out of here, sir. Okay. And you didn't ask for to be harassed by a bug. But who knows? Maybe, Mike, you're in a location where it doesn't have that. I will say that is also possible. Like, America has definitely a lot of unique food places, just as long as you have access to them. Because, you know, it's also, like, there's a lot of, like I said, fusion. So, like, American Chinese food is definitely, like, a unique thing. Same with, like, American sushi. Like, some Japanese, I believe, they're like, we wouldn't even call this sushi, but it still tastes good. Oh, come on. I got really lucky the last 2 times. I want to find the... I do still have this hot cocoa. I haven't eaten yet. Rita's have its good food, though. Most of the affordable food. See, that's where I probably would agree with you. The stuff that's... like... The thing that people have most access to is, like, pretty garbage tier just because of all of the preservatives and all of this really unnecessary stuff. Like, I get it. Wanting to keep food fresher is definitely something maybe people need. But I don't know. It's just, it's hard to... I got to 35 and I didn't get a thing. Ooh, I don't know. I'm a little concerned. I'm gonna have to go, I think, straight down. It is only 5 in game, so... I'm not gonna get a bat wing from these skeletons, but... So yeah, I agree with that. I don't know how to make it better. Like, I don't understand why we can't have, like, farmers markets a little more affordable. But... Or to, like, encourage more people to do farmers markets. But it's like, that's a whole can of worms, Mike, you know? Everyone in, like, the agricultural industry, what they're allowed to do, what they're not allowed to do. It's almost like the idea of, as well, throwing out food. Like, I think you've seen kind of probably videos of a lot of donut places and all of the extra food they throw out because that's what the company says you have to do. You can't just... Like, I don't understand. Why not maybe towards the end of the night give a reduced cost in order to get... to sell those? Because if the company wants money anyway, why not pay that? Or even just, like, give it away for free? Because you still used up those resources. The company still used them up. So, why would you throw them in the garbage and not just let someone else have some of that? Because, like I said, you've already spent the money on it. So, it doesn't make too much sense in my eyes. Okay, I will make it. I just have to believe. Yes! Whoa! Yes! Come on! One more. I'm gonna have to get rid of these guys. Come on. Okay. Luckily, that does not take much strength. Yeah, they throw away more money than they could get by selling it. Exactly. I actually don't understand like why they don't do that. Like, why not after like find and whatever they can. This is like a what is it? A marketing plan, right? Find the times you sell the least amount of donuts and give a reduced, like, cut the cost and, like, cut the cost by, like, 40% or something. Come on! I'm so close! Please do not screw me over. This is my last... Oh, dear. Oh, thank God. I did it! Clap, 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 clap. I think it's because then people would wait till the price dropped and want to buy it. That is a reasonable thing. But I will say, it could also be somewhat limited just by, like, if you do it at a time where people are working, then it's like not as many people could come out anyways. But maybe that's also you're not targeting the same people correctly. I don't know. In that case, why not just say like after 8 or something, right? Because after 8 is late enough, right? I actually don't know when these guys close though. Because normally, because I guess in my mind, when it becomes later, most everyone has already paid, right? And now you're just trying to sell the rest of them. And who knows, maybe instead of a 40%, make it like 20, right? So maybe the price drop isn't enough to like really convince people that like, oh, I'm just gonna wait till 10 to buy X thing. I did it again! I know! I'm amazing! First tablet you have broken! Most places close around 9 to... Yeah, so 8 to 9, so like maybe have at the last hour, have it be 20%, or last 2 hours, have it be like 20% lower. Well, obviously you would have to test this, and who knows, maybe it would be different for different types of companies, but like, for how many donuts I've seen them throw away, it's like, come on, man. Do we really need to be there with that? Oh, look at him, he's so cute! He's a little lost guy. Look at him! Oh! He's so round. Yeah, I agree with you. The sheer amount is insane. For so many places. Yeah, and they're still very fresh. It's not like they've gone bad. Gru is still stuck. Or I wish they could do something, and the thing is, though, it's like... Feeding the homeless is great. The one thing I dislike, though, is just, like... Obviously, they're having a hard time, but a lot of places end up really dirty. Because let me just share with what I had in mind. It's like, if you could box up extra and just put it in the front to be like, here, like at 10 or whatever, like here, anyone can take the rest of this, right? And like the likelihood that half of those, I'm not gonna say half, but a good chunk of those will end up on the floor and that box will be ripped and just on the ground. It doesn't make me feel good to do that. Like if people were just open it up, take as much as they want, and then throw that box away, I would have been like, that would be the perfect solution, but that's me talking ideally, and that's not realistic. Okay. I will help you free this. And she seems like, shush! She can't hear this. Thank you, human goom goom. Oh, look, he walks in and makes a little splash. Ooh. He's like, we can talk to humans? And he's like, no, only that human. We did it. Oh, it was the wind giant? Is there not a fire? I thought that was a fire dude. Oh, no, that's definitely wind. Anyway, it's tough. It's tough figuring out what to do with that, but it's definitely a waste to throw it away. In other countries, there are things where people have an unmanned store. See, that's the thing! Isn't that crazy? I know exactly what you're talking about. Like, I think in Japan, I've seen it a couple of times. Yeah, unmanned stores. People, like, the honor system is just so big there that they just do that. That they can do that. Crazy. How many bat wings do I have? Oh, apparently I have 0. How do I get the bat wing? Oh, also this goes here. Also, these explosives go here. Mushrooms, I think, can go. Shiitake! Yeah, America just isn't... See, that's the thing about having a very individualistic society versus having a society that views itself as a community, right? If it's about the individual, well, I'm just gonna take everything that I need because I need it to survive. So, there's that. In America, I can't even leave my drink out for too long without it disappearing. Oh, for sure. There's some places you could just leave your phone and your laptop, and no one will touch it. It'll represent, like, oh, you have this spot. I'll just take all of it. Nope, I need this. Yeah, so... It's just... I think, obviously, prioritizing yourself in some cases is fine. But I think also everyone needs to remember you do live in a society with other people, and we should try our best to make it that everyone will have a good time. You know? Don't throw trash everywhere because guess what? It's like one, it's not healthy for the environment, but two, it's also really ugly to look at. We'll actually cover the items to keep it even more safe. Yeah, it's just crazy. Like, imagine what a good society that would be to be able to live in a place where if you accidentally leave something, if you accidentally leave your credit card or license, someone will turn it into the authorities, or no one will touch it, and you can literally just go back and pick it up because you know where you forgot it. What is this? Jamu! Oh. So. Oh. Mining. Combat. Oh. Hopefully that brought up... Did that not bring up any of my ranking? Oh, look. Now I can craft the explosives. Here we go. Increased chance of finding geo. Chance to find double gems. Increase the selling price. Chance for regular rocks to drop rare resources. Interesting. In America, I have to go... I have zipper pockets when I'm riding... Oh my gosh, and the subways are so freaking scary sometimes. Once again, remind yourself of, like, Japanese subways and how good those are. Oh, I can claim the word. Never mind! There we go, I got it! Okay, good, perfect. Erica wants an egg. I have not made enough money to even freaking get... get a thing. Anyway. That didn't count! Oh, bummer. Japanese also have amazing toilets, yeah. So in like these aspects, the Japanese are way more ahead of us in these aspects. Like, relying, like, you know, the social community of making sure everyone else is having a good time. Now, to be fair, they do have extremes on some places, and other places they're actually very, like, old-fashioned. But in this specific regard, oh my gosh, it's so much nicer. Because people actually care. Okay. Gotta go check on... I forgot I could do that. Gonna go check on these plants. They're looking fine. Oh, it's still fruiting. Okay, let's look to see where we can get the chicken coop. I think if I want to coop something, I would want to coop. Hold on. Okay, farm view. So we want to have the coop relatively... I think I could have it to the left. I mean, I could also shove it on the bottom. I'll have to check. I feel like I think it would be nice to have in the middle of this place to have all of my plants and stuff, and then maybe on the bottom to have all of the like animals and stuff. I think that'd be nice. Okay, what is this? To reach the with haste, make 2 opportunities of the forest tree. Okay, kids, we know that this is the forest tree. And someone explain to me how I offer literally anything. I think I just gotta wait, you know? Anyway, we're here to... Well, they're gonna be up in a second, but... I was like, what is that? Ooh, there. I am in my somewhat warmer clothing, but I understand. There's a helicopter outside. Look at this hammer. Isn't it a funny hammer? Look, I wind it up. Boom! Okay, they're open. Let's go. House upgrade carpenter. We can do it. Normally, I think they expect you to... Oh. Processes grain. Well, the thing is, I can buy the coop. Ooh, I forgot about this. Fibers, bronze, stone, wood. Okay. Fibers, bronze, stone, wood. Fibers, bronze, stone, wood. Fibers, bronze, stone, wood. Not yet. Either I have to literally go down this way. Ooh, I can just teleport. Yes! Okay, fibers. Do I not have any bronze? I guess I don't have any bronze. Bronze. Stone, and then... I'm gonna need more wood, I think. I don't even remember how much wood was required, but... Well, while this does that, I'm gonna go chop down some of these trees. I'm thinking. Now, here's what I'm thinking. Okay, let me... Hello? Branch? Oh, apparently my current tool is too weak. So I'm thinking, if I go straight up here... Let's check where I'm at. So yeah, the place where I just was, straight to the... I'm gonna go up into the right a little bit. But essentially where I'm at, I think is pretty nice. I'm gonna do this. Okay. So I'm thinking about putting it like right here into the left. I said left, I meant right. Nope. Anyway. Be here for a while. I did end up getting a new game. So I did say after playing the demo, I think I was going to eventually get Coffee Talk. So Coffee Talk's going to be something we play. I pray it's not going to get too depressing. Like, a lot of games that I've seen that have like the label of cozy, right? You know, on principle sound good, right? Like, oh, hearing people's stories and, you know, what's happening in their lives. And then it turns out, like, you listen to their stories and it's like, yeah, my aunt died and my boyfriend broke up with me and I'm feeling suicidal. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. I am not, I'm like literally a barista, okay? I am not equipped to deal with any of this. Okay, if you need help, please go to the appropriate place to help you. But it is not me. So that's what I'm hoping it is not. So we will see. Okay. I think our border will be that big tree trunk. I'm thinking about putting the... If there's a mill, I'm thinking about maybe putting it in, like, this corner. Yeah, so that should be fun. I said I'm gonna bring back, I think, a rat's tail. A rat's tail? Yeah, so that'll have to come back, because I want to finish that, because I haven't been doing that in a long time. It's just farming sims are so much fun to continue playing. A rat's tail will be a very chill stream as I legitimately just walk around the same area 50 times because I can't find a single mushroom. That will legitimately be what I will be doing. So. That sounds exciting. But the game was good. It was just kind of really difficult. Okay, I think I've cleared the area appropriately. But yeah. Same with, like, most others. If anyone else has ever seen a game they would recommend that would fit my cozy atmosphere, or, like, even the stuff I do with Zack, always feel free to recommend. Because I'll always take the opportunity to check something out. Now, whether or not I will buy it is something else, but hopefully people are understanding that not every game is everyone's cup of tea. Can you give me this? Is this fine? Did I grab two? Oh, it's full! Plate up, is that a game? Gotta grab some of this stuff. Multiplayer cooking? Is it somewhat like Overcooked? I love Overcooked. Overcooked is pretty great. Here, give me a sec. Actually, check. Who messaged me here? Is it someone who cares? Okay, Mikey with the ball. It is just like Overcooked? Yeah. Pretty dope. I'll have to keep, because some of the, what I will say is I'm somewhat less inclined to play. Oh, I know exactly what this is. I have seen this. Oh my god, it's so loud. What is it? I know the likelihood of me doing, like, online multiplayer games less, likely just because of, like, how the gang plays. So that just is a little difficult, but I appreciate that. I mean, the medium isn't wrong. You are correct. It was pretty good. Okay, please still be open here. No! Oh, I can't believe it closes at 4. What a bummer. We just have to do it tomorrow. Plug this phone. Hey, have I ever caught you? No! I can go donate this. Yes! But I have seen... Oop. I have seen people play Plate Up. It's pretty interesting. Hello? Oh. Does he have a lot of stuff? Am I here? Oh no. Don't drag me into this. Okay, good. It's not me. They're not looking at me. Whew. That was rude. Okay, well I'm not gonna comment. On principle, I'll take the lantern. I don't need to be invited. I don't need to be invited. Okay, thank God. What was I about to say? Whoa, Art Deco flooring. I feel like that would be too busy. But cool. Makupuno, coconut. Green tea! I'm okay. Did I just hear a whoa? Yes, that was a sound. Okay. I know I'm not crazy. Got him. I'm sorry, what am I supposed to do with this noise? Hello, Earth 2 scary guy? There's a couple of stuff I can donate. I just need to find an access point. Okay, not there. That's just running into a wall. Actually, down this way, I think may be the best. Oh, kale! That's something I can... Quality catch. Centipede. Ooh, I can sell this. I can sell this bad boy. Right here. Oh, actually, this is good. I need to get here. Donate. This guy, I think, can only be donated. Anyway. Well, also, I think on Sunday streams, once we're done with the Invincible, what do we have next again? Oxenfree 2. That's what we're going to be playing. And then on top of that... we're going to get to 13 Sentinels. I heard 13 Sentinels was good. So.
Dog ass, you motherfucker.
Oh my god, hello, Zack. Gotta look something up here.
Did it scare you?
Ooh, I forgot you're so low. I have to turn the thing way up high to hear the Invincible, so. Highland Batwing.
It was.
Where is it?
It was a long day today.
Was it? Oh.
It was a lot of very big, powerful, intimidating people at work telling me that they need something done 2 days ago. And I'm like, dude, you sent this message at like 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm not gonna see it.
It will not exist. It cannot be
I
done.
clock out at 5 unless there's like something that I'm actively working on and it's only gonna be like another 30 minutes or so. I'm gone, man.
Here we go. I think I have enough time to... Maybe I should have gone to the... How long have I been playing? It's been like an hour 30. Hasn't been too long.
Did you see the
What?
the very sad news about the Microsoft layoffs today?
I have not. Are they also going big and taking people out?
Microsoft is one of the stupidest companies I have ever seen, I think. Because it's like, I don't know. I know that you're like, you're a video game person, but clearly you don't like really follow like the pulse of the games industry as much. Microsoft obviously is like outside of their games division is one of the most profitable companies in the world, right?
Yeah, because of their computers and all tech stuff. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Because mostly their operating system, but yes.
Yeah.
So it leads to this really weird thing where, like, historically, Microsoft is pretty much talentless. Like they don't know what they're doing, so they will hire smaller studios, or at least it used to be smaller studios, and then be like, "Hey, keep making what you're making," and then they do for like 2 years, and then Microsoft gets antsy and says, "Hey, make what we want you to make instead." And then they rush it out the door. It sells poorly, and then Microsoft goes, "Oh well, you're bad," and fires
You were
everyone.
bad? Oh my god.
Yes, I'm not joking.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, do you remember the game Prey? I think I talked about it ad nauseum when I was playing it. It's Prey. Let me see if I can send you a screenshot.
That'd be good.
No, not Prey. The fucking this one. There you go.
No, not that one. It's that one.
Well, because there's a fucking there's a Predator movie called Prey, and it's not the one I was thinking of. It's this guy. I'm gonna put it on
Send it to me personally or on air?
No, on air. It's this guy.
Oh.
Sci-fi, where like the big hook was that enemies were like mimics, where they would turn into.
Oh
like,
yes, I think I remember this. Yeah.
Yes. Wildly successful game. Like, sold very well, was an excellent game, had I think like 3 rounds of DLC or something like that. Very, very, very good game. Well, that game was made by Arcane Austin,
Mm-hmm.
the Austin, Texas studio of Arcane.
Okay.
And Arcane had done tons of immersive sims in the past. I personally like Prey the most out of them, but there's a lot of people that, have a lot of favorites. Well, Microsoft bought Bethesda, who owned Arcane, right? So Microsoft essentially bought Arcane, told them, "Hey, we want you to make this games as a service platform called Redfall." Let me send it. Here you go. Copy image.
Definitely doesn't seem like the right model to like change a company from what it's doing into something.
No, Saba, you don't understand. Microsoft knows exactly what they're doing. They have a lot of money. Anyway, so they told Arcane to essentially torpedo all of their workflow to just dedicate everything to Redfall. Redfall came out, was horrifically rushed. Like they rushed it essentially 2 years early out of development for what they were asking for. The game was dog shit. Sorry, swearing. It was very bad. Ran extremely poorly. Was wildly expensive. Like, there was a $120 $120 like ultra deluxe edition of the game, which promised that you would be getting at least 6 expansion characters. Because the idea was that it was games as a service, right? So they were going to be releasing quote unquote new heroes,
More
similar to like
content.
Overwatch.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? The game came out, did very poorly. Microsoft goes, okay, well, you're not getting any more budget. Good luck. They waited 6 months, and then they just fired everybody. Not a single DLC character was able to come out, because guess what? That takes a long time.
Scummy me.
So everybody, so we will never get a Prey 2. We will never get a sequel to one of the best immersive sims in the genre, because Microsoft was like, oh, well, too bad, and just decided to kill them. Exclamation point, Lark. Hello, Mike, by the way. What was I gonna say? But anyway, so that was one. The second one, you remember Hi-Fi Rush?
Yeah.
Tango Gameworks, people that made Hi-Fi Rush, also gone for literally no reason.
Yeah, so I keep on seeing that that's a command, by the way, the thing lurk. I don't actually know, like, what usually it's supposed to correlate to. Because I do have Moobot, and I don't know. I could potentially add something. I just don't know what it is. Normally, I remember seeing people do that, because I actually looked it up being like, is something supposed to be happening when people say this? Because normally those are commands, and I'm just like, I have no idea. I've never seen it before. Like, I know what lurking is. I know what it means when you want to lurk, but... Sorry, tangent. But yeah, that sucks for Hi-Fi Rush. For sure.
Well, because it's not... Well, because the thing with Hi-Fi Rush that's, like, baffling to an unbelievable degree. So Tango Gameworks was owned by Bethesda. So when they bought... so when Microsoft purchased them, they got Tango Gameworks, right? It is so weird because Hi-Fi Rush was enormously successful. Original Angry Birds is gone as well. Rovio? Was that owned by Bethesda? Is that true? Rovio
I'm gonna
Games.
hold this.
Question. Let me see. Oh, Rovio started supporting the game. I don't know what Mike's referring to, but apparently that happened like 3 years ago. So I'm not super sure what Mike's referring to. But anywho, so like Redfall, for example, Arcane Austin was doomed to fail, right? The game itself is no longer available for purchase. Yes, but apparently that happened 3 years ago. Whereas I'm talking about news that happened literally today. So I mean, that's interesting, especially since the new version of Angry Birds is not as good. But anywho.
Man, it's so funny. They want to always say like, "Hey, we're gonna be improving the game and making it even better," and it's like, bro, it's worse than before. I don't understand how you managed to fall this low. The irony of us wanting to progress.
My point, I guess, in bringing up the Hi-Fi Rush thing in particular is that obviously incredible game, one of my favorite games of all time, and the game more than made back its budget, like multiple fold.
Didn't it get like it was so good that it was being awarded?
It was critically acclaimed, like that, like straight up. That's how you build. Like, I don't understand why Microsoft has insisted for the past 10 years on refusing to actually build like a brand, you know, because it's like when you think of like, you know, when gamers think of like Microsoft, they still think of like Halo, obviously, right? But they haven't had a good Halo game in 4 iterations. Like the last 4 Halo games have been middling to bad, including like the Master Collection.
But they'll keep trying to pump out more of that rather than like.
Well, not even like, oh, we're gonna support something else. It's like, what my point, I guess, is that like, okay, we buy this stuff. Hey, with Bethesda, we get Tango Gameworks, right? Tango Gameworks has an extremely critically acclaimed game, but instead of giving them the budget to make a sequel to that critically acclaimed game that made money, like the game was wildly successful, we're just gonna fire it. Like we're not like they're not even redistributing the workforce. They are literally just shutting down the studio and telling everybody to fuck off. Like that's the part I don't understand.
Yeah.
Why did you pay for this?
Why were you too
Like I'm not
coward
gonna
enough to keep going?
why would you go to a grocery store, buy every birthday cake in the bakery, and then just throw them in the dumpster?
Yeah.
It's so baffling to me. And obviously like the vast majority of people online are like wildly upset by this. But it's just like I don't know. And there's obviously like other studios that are gone as well, but it's just like it's very confusing because it's just like why did you do this?
Yeah. So it's because it's like it doesn't even seem like a good business plan, you know? And I think that's the like
no,
the
it's a
most
terrible
baffling
business
thing.
plan.
Yeah. And I'm like, I don't understand. I thought you were supposed to be business people. How is it you're so incapable of doing good business? It's so annoying.
At least I have something to do. I'm officially off work. But yeah, I don't know. Because it's like, you know, you buy Bethesda a couple years ago. You then just recently buy Activision Blizzard. Microsoft should have an absolute monopoly on video games right now. But yet I'm trying to think about it, and it's like, well, what do they have? Like Starfield is a bust. Like I don't know. I guess they gotta be like quadrupling down on the next Elder Scrolls game, but it's never going to be Skyrim. You know?
Yeah, that's the really baffling thing. It's like, once again, you're business people. How is it you guys can't figure like one freaking thing out? It's always about.
I mean, I'm here to tell you as a person who's on the
stuff.
inside of. I'm here to tell you as a person who's on the inside of corporate America right now. You do not have to be anything special to be a businessman. You don't even need to understand business to be a businessman.
Oh God, it's funny when like
it's like 90% of the higher ups that I like am in communication with on like a regular basis are people who either had friends working in the industry like a decade or two ago or have family who currently work higher than them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's all nepotism and cronyism. So I don't know. Like what's his face? The head of the Xbox gaming division is Phil Spencer. And so you would think that like because the thing is that Phil Spencer does know the games industry. Like he's not just some like faceless corporate stooge that just like waltzed in and started fucking everything up. He's a well-known corporate stooge that's walked in and started fucking everything up. And I'm like, but it makes no sense. Like, how many times can you walk into a field of rakes and get your nose broken before you realize that you should just walk around the field of rakes? There's a shorter path that's paved. You know?
Yeah. I don't. Sorry, I'm just like, how stupid are people? I don't get it. I don't understand.
I don't know. I don't get it. It's just so sad because it's just like for literally no reason. Two of the games that I was like looking forward to the most by far, like a sequel to Hi-Fi Rush, a potential sequel to Hi-Fi Rush, and a sequel to Prey 2, gone.
Yeah.
By the way, Arcane Austin was working on a sequel to Prey when they got acquired by Microsoft, and Microsoft said, "Hey, work on this instead."
And it sucks that you can't just be like, how about I don't do that? How about
of course not.
don't? Yeah. How about we?
I mean that's the thing. That's the thing when
listen
you're
to you and
when you're just a corporate commodity, right?
Yeah. It's just it sucks. Annoying. This moves too fast. Okay, wait, hold on. Ha! Use my mouse.
This was from a couple weeks ago at this point, but I didn't know that Warner Brothers owned the Adult Swim publishing house. So like, this was like a news story from like a couple weeks ago. But Warner Brothers, in a very similarly befuddling move, has just been like outright cutting stuff, like not selling it, not whatever, just straight up taking like large portions of their gaming or like all of their divisions and just lopping them into the ether. So like for example, did you ever are you familiar with the game Duck Game?
Yes.
You literally cannot purchase or download it anymore.
Oh,
If
I
it was
remember
not-
this. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was an incredibly weird scenario that they're just like, yeah, they're gonna stop supporting it now.
Well, it's not even. Yeah, like, well, because it's not even like we're not going to support it anymore. It's literally Warner Brothers decided to cease the publishing license without transferring it. It would literally take 30 seconds to transfer the publishing rights back to the studio, so that way the game could continue to be sold. Which, by the way, the game still had healthy sales, like all these years later, because it's a really good party game. But no, Warner Brothers is just like, nah, we'd rather just have less than nothing. Because it's not even like, oh, we're gonna just like be putting this into autopilot. It's like, no, it's literally gone. Like I own Duck Game, but because I did not have it installed on my computer, I can never play Duck Game again unless I pirate it.
Apologies, I cannot hear anything at the moment. I'm just trying to remedy this.
You good?
Hopefully Zack realizes. Okay. There we go. No, stop being crazy. Sometimes this does this. Are we good now? Okay. Okay, now I can hear again.
Okay.
So you just started talking about you're like, it's not even as if they stopped supporting it, and then I lost you. Okay. What'd you say after that?
It's not like they stopped supporting it, like they're just leaving it at autopilot. Warner Brothers decided to pull the publishing rights to the game entirely. So it's literally just not available. Like, despite the fact that I own Duck Game and have it in my Steam profile, I am not allowed to install it ever again. Because the license has been pulled directly.
Yeah.
And it would take literally 30 seconds to transfer the rights to the studio that like made Duck Game, so that way it could like maintain its position on the store. Because guess what, Duck Game's still being sold like pretty well, like even to this day. And Warner Brothers would still get a cut of that contractually, right? But I don't know. Apparently, they just decided instead to just have nothing or less than nothing.
It always feels like a good chunk of the time it's always the publishers that are screwing people over, which is so annoying.
Publishers and studio, I mean, there was that. I mean, we could talk about it as well because it's like, I don't know. It feels like a really big week of like game industry news or whatever. But there was that whole kerfuffle of. Did you see the stuff with Sony and Helldivers 2?
Kind of, yeah. I remember some of my coworkers were talking about some stuff that was happening, or even, I think, what is it? Philip DeFranco or someone who I was watching talked about it.
The over-under, for the sake of posterity.
Oh,
Just
wait,
that way
pause,
we can
pause.
be-
I feel like I remember. They were like, oh, PC players need to tie into, what is it? A PlayStation account in order to be able to play with people. And then that's like the stupidest
more
thing
or less
ever.
correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Sony saw the enormously successful Helldivers 2 and saw an opportunity to boost their PSN numbers. So yes, they because Arrowhead, the people that made Helldivers, are like have Sony as their direct publisher. Sony was allowed to just tell them to do this,
Yeah.
and Arrowhead had no say. So obviously, people were extremely pissed about this and did not want this to happen. So obviously, you saw like all the review bombing and whatnot. Which, by the way, the community manager who like kind of subtly, not subtly, suggested
To do this?
Saba?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry. I saw that your VTuber kind of like looked off to the side. I didn't know if you dropped audio again.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, so there was a community manager who kind of subtly, not subtly, told people to review bomb the game if they don't like the PSN thing. Because like the PSN thing had so many layers of stupidity around it, where it's like, it does not add anything to the game. It literally just made your experience worse because now you have to like log in twice, right? Essentially. B, because of like the contractual because of the contract between Steam and PlayStation, if you link your PSN account to your Steam, you can never unlink it. It's just like that forever. So like, for example, technically my Steam name is PSN Agent Aurum because that was my PSN name from like 15 years ago. Right?
Yeah.
And I can never unlink that. So it would change your default profile name to be, whatever your PSN account is. But beyond that, tons of countries all over the world are not allowed to have a PSN account. Like PSN is not available in their country. And so it turned into this thing where it's like, well, turns out that you're just it was something actually like pretty significant, like a solid like 12% of the player base would just have to either leave the game or play it against TOS by using a VPN.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Like, for example, PSN accounts are banned in China. You're not allowed to have a PSN account, right? But obviously, a bunch of people in China really still want to play Helldivers 2 because it's a lot of fun and they enjoy it. So they tried to like VPN and whatnot, and the Chinese government fucking bricked their computers because it's like that's illegal.
It's like shooting yourself in your own foot, just to the numbers.
Oh my god, I would fucking throw this dog through a plate glass window if I thought he would survive. He's been maybe it's just because I was really stressed all day that it's like really ticking me off. But the dog has been fucking consistently barking all goddamn day.
I'm sure that's never a pleasant thing.
But yet I'm the one that has to deal with it because mom has been outside for the past 11 hours ignoring his ass.
That's very irresponsible of her. Yeah.
Heavens forbid she do something. Anyway, sorry, I'm just being... Now I'm just being fucking catty. I'm sorry. It's very unnecessary.
I'm just existing, trying to break some rocks, so you're fine.
Yes, I know. Yeah, I don't know. It's just crazy because it's like because the joke on the podcast that I listened to was that every week they had gaming news that was bad, right? Like, studio getting laid off, people, or a studio getting shut down, or people getting laid off, or whatever, right? But now I feel crazy because it feels like it's every 2 days that something like this is happening,
Yeah, I mean, what was it? The whole thing with going on, like, a strike for the gaming industry never ended up really happening. Or did it, like, it just didn't end up in the news? Like, I don't even know. But it feels like things are still going so crazy that I don't even know at what point it's supposed to die down.
There was never going to be. Are you talking about like for devs or for voice actors? Because if
I
you're
don't
talking
know,
about
but
voice
I just
actors,
remember hearing after
there
the
was a
writer's
thing
strike,
with
they're
SAG-
like,
there was a thing with the SAG
Yeah.
after strike with voice actors. SAG after does not include game developers. Game
okay, because all I
developers do not
remember
have
is
formalized.
all I remember is they're like, yeah, we're turning from what is it, the movie industry to the games industry next. I remember hearing that.
Okay.
It may have just been the. It may have just been the.
Unless
voice
unless
actors.
I'm unfamiliar, I might chalk that up with you half listening to whatever was being said. Because as far like I said, as far as I know, it was just like voice actors were in the running for that.
Mhm.
And literally nothing came from it. The
Which,
SAG after doesn't actually give a shit about most people. It gives a shit about big name actors, and directors and
yeah.
stuff. So I don't know. It's just bad. It's just bad all the way down, and I don't really see how it's going to change in the slightest. Because oh, by the way, I did want to mention I did get a pretty direct answer as to why stuff like this happens, like why there's a
Oh.
big acquisition followed by a bunch of cuts.
Sure, yeah.
I was talking with a person who's been at Cisco longer than me, but still is amicable. Like I'm able to talk to him, and the long and the short of it was that he was like, yeah, normally when you have like an enormous acquisition, the company who's doing the acquiring doesn't actually have the funding to make the acquisition, right? What they have is value, is like assets and corporate value that's assessed to be able to cover it, right? But ultimately, when rubber hits the road, you have to be able to pay. So what they
Yeah.
do is they take out a loan from a bank that covers the whole thing. So that way they can pay for the whatever. And then once all the acquisition is done, a bunch of like bigwigs sit down with like a bunch of spreadsheets and start and just like sort by most expensive and just start cutting stuff. Right? They sit there, they're like filter out things that are mandatory, then sort everything remained like as a that's remaining by
Mhm.
most expensive, and then just cut until you're in the black again. And
Seems.
it's like, yeah, that pretty much describes exactly what Microsoft has been doing for a really long time. So I guess that makes.
Yeah. Someone needs to rewrite their business books. I think.
They won't. Well, because why would they? Like it hurts tons and tons and tons of people, but you know who it benefits? The people making the decision.
Oh man.
You know?
Yeah. I unlocked the third temple dungeon mine thing.
Dungeon mind thing.
We are now in the wind temple.
I guess just talking about it a little bit. So I did kind of slightly spoil myself on some of the stuff that's supposed to be happening in the Invincible coming up.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, I think we already talked about this, but I don't think we're streaming this Sunday because of Mother's Day.
I agree. I think Mother's Day thing. I believe I have stuff too. They
Yeah.
ever directly tell me? Probably not, but I think I vaguely heard about it, so.
Okay. Because I would say, because like I was, because we would be starting at 2, and at first I was like, hell yeah, that sounds great, because we would start at 2, go until 5, go out to eat for 6, and then and then I'd be Gucci, right? Well, I was reminded that it's like, no, we're gonna be leaving to go boating at like 1:30, and then we're going to be out there until 8 p.m. And I'm like, holy fuck. Okay, whatever you say.
I mean, maybe we could do something like, we did if your Friday was open, but that's like, it feels very last minute.
I'm about to say, I don't know if
force
Friday's
that.
gonna be open per se, but I would love to do something as compensation. Don't we have, actually, you know, well, I mean, I don't want to open up my computer again. If I open up my computer, someone's gonna send me an email, and I'm not gonna be able to say that I didn't see it. Anyway, there's a couple Mondays in a row. I think it's like 2 Mondays in a row that I have off. One for a federal holiday, and then one for a corporate holiday. I was figuring that we could do something around there, whether it be streaming or not. Like one of those days, I would love to just be like, Saba, let's fucking get into Act 3.
Okay.
You know? Well, I mean, I'm hoping to get into Act 3 ahead of that, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. So.
Are you still looking for the exit, or are you just collecting resources?
No, I have to look for the exit's in one of these. I freaking don't.
Yes, this is 3D Stardew Valley. I very much picked
The
up
thing
on that.
is,
My
in like
point
older,
is I didn't know what you were.
In older games, right? There'd be some rhyme or like method to it, like, oh, the exit is always in a location where like it's not surrounded by other rocks, so it's like it would have to be something like this, or not right up next to like the wall. No, this is literally what is it? Rock your heart out, essentially.
Rock your heart out.
So here I am. I'm also looking for gold though, so this is good.
Fair enough. I think in about 7 minutes or so, I'm gonna go make dinner.
I think in about like 2:30. Yeah, once this day probably finishes, I'm probably good to go as well.
With the little break that I had yesterday, I took the opportunity to so at first I started up a Plague's Tale Requiem, because I still feel really weird about that game, because I heard a lot about Plague's Tale Innocence, but I didn't hear a lot about Plague's Tale Requiem, despite them having the exact same like positive rating on Steam.
Oh, interesting.
I was like, okay, well, is it just because like the second game is essentially just the first game again? I don't know.
Just different story slightly, yeah.
Well, right. So it's like, okay, well, I started playing it a little bit. You know, had a fun time for a hot second there, but I forgot how not intense, but it's like normally I play games with like something on my second monitor, right? Well,
yeah.
Plague's Tale Requiem was like wrong. Pay attention, because it was like, there was like a thing where there was like a cutscene where it was telling me how to get through this forest, and then because I wasn't really paying attention, I got lost in the forest, and I was like, "Oh my god, please let me go!" And I had to like restart the game.
Let me go!
Because like there was no way for me to get back to that cutscene again, and I was like, I don't want to just wander around the forest. That sucks, you know.
Yeah.
So I decided to shelve that just for a little bit. It's still really cool, and I'm still very much looking forward to continuing that playthrough when I can give it a little bit more focus. But I decided to go back to In Stars in Time.
Okay.
I got a little bit more into it. I now know why the progress that I made in the demo did not carry over to the full game, because it's a very different opening to the game, which I thought was really interesting.
Okay.
Yes?
Yes. No, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, you said okay in that tone of you being like, okay, give me a second, I'm going to say something.
No. I was just like, okay, yeah.
All right. So the intro to the demo, you still do your thing in like the main starting town, and then you go and you do like the first floor of essentially the castle that you have to clear, because there's like an evil king at the top that's like causing this like horrible curse to spread across the land. And then at the end of the first floor, you beat a boss. And then after you beat the boss, you walk into a hallway and you get crushed by a boulder. And then that's the end of the demo. Well, because the game is about looping. Like, to the point where one of the characters in the game is literally called Loop. Right?
Nice, yeah.
In the full game, getting crushed by that boulder happens way quicker, like astonishingly quickly comparatively. And I was kind of taken aback by that because I was like, oh, okay, so like the looping mechanics like start super early. That's really interesting. And it starts leading to some of these things that I thought were really interesting. There's a lot of like how do I put this? It's obviously very much like Earthbound inspired, like obviously, but it has a lot of care and attention put into I would call them branching dialogue trees, I guess, but it's not really branching dialogue, it's like looping dialogue, right? Kind of like Hades. You know how like you come back and it's like a different conversation pretty much every time or whatever? Well, because this is a time loop, people will say the exact same things as long as their input is exactly the same, right? So like,
so you
for
can
example,
because you know more information, you ask them something different this time.
Exactly, correct.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you picked up on that. So like, for example, there was this little quest line that I think I completed where there was this woman in in like the starting village who was described as an extremely stylish lady, right? Just wears really nice clothes and is really elegant. But when you talk to her, all she talks about is how much she adores one of your party members who's by far the most shy and bashful of the bunch, right? So she says this, you go to that party member, and that party member says, I don't know who you're talking about. Like, I'm glad that they like me, but I don't know what to do with this information. And so later, like much later in the dungeon, you're wandering around, and that character talks about like, oh yeah, I remember that there was this like really stylish young student that I went to school with, and my favorite part about them was like how much they talked about the stuff that they were passionate about, but it was hard to like maintain a conversation with them because their eyes were really intense and scary. And so it's like, okay, so then I looped, right, in various ways. You can loop voluntarily or by dying. So I loop, I go back to that stylish lady at the very beginning. I tell her, like, oh, yeah, that character, likes you, like, thinks that you're cool, but just thinks that your eyes are really scary. And so she's like, oh my goodness, I understand. And she goes into the back room, comes back out wearing sunglasses.
It's crap. Okay.
Right, and it's like, okay, that's like I can get down with that. That's kind of a fun solution, right? So then she follows you to your party member, and your party member is like, hi, yes, hello. And it's like, yes, I used to be a student with you. Yeah, we would talk about whatever. You thought my eyes were really scary. And your party member goes, I don't quite remember. I'm sorry. That was a really long time ago. And so she goes, okay. And she takes off the sunglasses. And sure enough, immediately the party member starts like crying because because her eyes are too intense and is scaring her. And it's like, okay, well, clearly that didn't work. And so the long story short is that eventually what ends up happening is the party member remembers that the stylish woman wrote a poem once, but the party member never got to hear the poem like read out loud. And she laments that fact. So you tell that to the stylish lady, and the stylish lady is like, oh, I still have that poem, and pulls it out of a drawer. Keep in mind, this poem is like over a decade old, and they kept it, I guess. They go up with the sunglasses, perform the poem, and then the party member is like, oh, yes, I do remember you. And it's like, oh, and they do like a big hug, and it's all nice. And then the stylish lady is like, thank you so much for your help. Here, have these. And she gives you the sunglasses. And they're an equipable item.
Ah, that's pretty fun.
Yeah, it was lovely. So there's a lot of stuff like that in the game. There's a lot more mechanics about like I don't know how to phrase this. Like, we obviously played a lot of time loop games, and a lot of the time loop games we played are about gaining knowledge, right?
Yeah.
Well, a big part of In Stars in Time is about like ratcheting your progress in a very interesting way, because it's like each save point, you remember like the save points in Undertale?
Mm-hmm. Fill you
Pretty
with
much the
determination.
same thing.
Yeah.
Pretty much the same thing, right? But the idea is that each save point has its own unique save like system, or not save system, but like its own unique save location. So, like for example, at the first checkpoint, if my entire party is level 45, but then at the second checkpoint, my party is now at level 50. Whenever I loop, I can choose to either go to checkpoint A or checkpoint B, and my level will be reset to the highest that it ever was at that checkpoint.
Oh, okay.
Right? So it's like if I choose to go back in time to checkpoint A, I will be back to 45. But if I want to go back to B, I have to spend a little bit of this like tertiary resource in order to go back. But then I'm back to level 50. And it's kind of interesting because there's a lot of mechanics that get impounded because of that. Like, for example, party equipment. Party equipment that isn't on you does not stick around, but your character has this interesting system where they're the only person with a fourth inventory slot, which is for miscellaneous. So each loop, you're essentially allowed to bring one item back for a party member in addition to whatever you have on your person.
Okay.
And I don't know. There's a lot of really interesting things with stuff like that. And I don't know. I'm obviously still going to keep playing it, but I am encountering a little bit of an issue that I didn't really anticipate, which is that the entire game is in black and white. And because it's all black and white, it's really bright and hurts my eyes.
You gotta lower that brightness, sir.
It's not an option.
Oh. I have a total of 2. I need 1 more gold bar.
Oh yeah, by the way, Hades 2 is in early access. If you're
yes, I saw that. I'm already hearing that it's like great, and I think they're like, oh yes, so it's as good as Hades 1, but imagine now the aesthetics kind of switch to like witchcraft and like all of this other cool stuff, and I'm like, yes, yes.
Sure, I certainly believe that. I myself am going to be sitting on this for a little bit. I'm just gonna wait for like an update or two to go by, because like
I'm gonna wait for
thing
release,
that
yeah. Release.
well, because I was there for Hades 1 day 1, right? And I played every update along the way, and definitely the best version of Hades 1 was the final update. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's not like they stumbled along the way. So I don't know. Like I'm obviously going to be getting the game, but I think I'm going to hope that it goes on sale during the summer sale, and then probably pick it up then, and then just wait to play it for a while. But it's that thing where it's like not every character has artwork yet, because obviously once again they're still in development, but like fucking it's so funny because Narcissus is in the game.
Is
right?
he? Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, Narcissus is in the game, and all he talks about is how hot he is, but yet he has placeholder art.
Yeah, oh my gosh, hopefully Echo's there too. That'd be amazing.
That would be interesting, actually. I will say though, I did the only negative thing I have seen, beyond some people who are way too online, one of the only I think mildly reasonable negatives that I've seen about Hades 2 so far. Have you heard about the have you heard about the bath scenes?
Like BATH?
Correct.
No.
There's a the long and the short of it, it's like a thing that you can build in the main area where it's just like a hot spring. And you can once every couple of loops you can go in and it gives you like a small buff essentially. Or like it's something where it soothes the long-term debilitations of dying a lot. So like it helps reset you back to 0, which is cool. But if you have enough like of a relationship with someone, you can also invite them into the hot springs with you. And it is pretty much well, obviously there's no like fucking full nudity or whatever, but it's like it's
Implied.
pretty close.
It's pretty implied that what's happening is, you know.
Well, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, remember that the Greeks were a lot less couture about that sort of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So within the context of the game, it's not necessarily that much, but it turns, you know, there's a lot of stuff, and there's a lot of characters that you can invite into the bath with you.
A lot, wow. So they really bumped up
yes.
like.
Just yesterday, I saw at least 12.
Whoa.
So that's the thing.
That's
I
a
don't think that
lot.
I don't think that it represents every romantic option. Because remember, I think Hades 1 only had 3, right? I think it was
I know
Thanatos,
two.
Megra, and then one
who was
other.
the
I don't remember.
third? I don't know who was the third. Yeah.
Let me double check. I think there, or maybe I'm just thinking of the fact that you could be a throuple.
I think that is the correct answer.
Hades
Yeah.
1 romance.
Oh,
No, there you go. I was right. You can
Who's the
you
third?
can romance Dusa.
Oh, really? I didn't realize that was a thing.
Yeah. Your 3 main romance options in Hades 1 are Dusa, Megra, and Thanatos. Megra and Thanatos can be dated at the same time.
Alrighty.
So now I'm well, I don't even know if it's in the game yet, but I'm gonna
Basic cooking. Yes, I can make onigiri. Let's go.
Here you go, Saba. Not really spoilers since you already know that he's in the game, but like this is just like a taste of kind of what it's like.
No, thank God.
Hades 2 is just as horny as the already very horny original game. So this is one of the only things that I've seen where people have made like a pretty decent, not even a decent, but like it's the only thing I've seen where someone has brought up an objection where I'm like, I
You
can
sent it
kind
to
of
me
see
personally.
that. Well, it's not even just personally. It's more just along the lines of like people are kind of decrying
Interesting.
this
The
like
image is so
system as
big.
too much fan service.
Interesting. Yeah, interesting. Okay.
Because obviously, like, you know, having hot characters in a Hades game is totally fine, but like, did you
It
really
depends.
need to have the bathhouse?
If that's an interesting point. Like, if the game itself is like so good, people being like, "This is too much." Like, normally you never hear that comment, right? Especially if the game's like S tier. It's like, why are people complaining about getting fan service? It's an interesting.
Well, because it's like, because I think because once again, I think the implication, I guess. Oh my God, is that what chaos looks like now? God damn.
Shh, no, shush, no.
Oh my God.
All I know is that I think I'll really like Apollo in the game.
It's really funny because I know we talked about this before, but you remember when like you and I were like playing Hades at the same time, and then we got to the end, and I was like, yeah, so no word on whether or not they're gonna complete that DLC that they were supposed to do.
And we were like, we really want
it was like the only
X
it was Apollo because back then it was like, yeah, they were planning on doing DLC that was Hephaestus, Hera, and Apollo, and then that was supposed to be, and then that was going to be like it or whatever. And then it's like, oh well, turns out that as we move further into the future, it turns out that DLC that they were making turned into a full game, and now we have all of the rest of the gods plus returning ones.
Yes, so that's good.
But even Hestia is there.
Yes.
I don't know if you remember that, where it was just like, I remember like hollering on the top of my lungs, being like, they better put Hestia in there.
Oh, I think we were complaining about Hera. Or Hera, whatever.
I also just said Hera, I guess.
Did you? Okay, I was so focused on you saying Hestia. There's so many of them that start with an H, man.
I mean, that is true.
But, so yeah, that's great. I mean, from what I've seen, well, yeah. You.
I mean, I think the game is still like a minimum 9 out of 10, even in early access right now, just based on like how people are gushing about it.
Yeah, but just imagine when it's fully polished and like they finish that up, they clean that up. It'll be pretty gosh darn good.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm gonna say ciao ciao.
Yep, I'm gonna be leaving in a few minutes too. So see you later. Goodbye. Okay, I'm trying to figure out this like the lurk command, because like I've seen people do it. I just want to let's see if I can find searching commands. No, don't have that many. No, okay. I don't want to do that. Let's remove. Well, I'll figure it out. Anyway, thanks for hanging out, Mike. Let me get the music going. I'm gonna get like really thoroughly distracted and not be able to pay attention anymore. So, anyway, I'll say goodbye then. Bye bye.